Support.com to donate $10 or more to support these American patriots.
Every dollar you give is being matched up to $50,000, doubling your impact. Go now to j6support.com and donate today.
I do not know how to get inside the mind of a liberal, of a leftist, of a radical, like Seattle's Mayor Bruce Harrell. Listen to this.
So when this person is committing 6 or 7 crimes, I don't know his or her story. Maybe they were abused as a child. Maybe they're hungry. So my remedy is to find their life story to see how we could help first. I have no desire to put them in jail.
6 or 7 crimes. You have no desire to put them in jail. Tell that to Irina Zarutska's family, that young woman who was killed on a Charlotte train, her throat slashed. Or Logan Frederico. We heard from her father last week. She was put on her knees and murdered by someone who was charged 39 times with crimes. He should have been in prison. That Seattle mayor is getting people killed in his city, I promise you. By not putting criminals in prison, you get American citizens killed.
Sounds funny in the evening. You're watching live from Studio 6B on Real America's Voice.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. Live at the America First Warehouse on a Friday, Real America's Voice, all across the country, 103.9 LI News Radio, all across your radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in. Slick Rick sitting right there looking very sparkly tonight. He's going to do sports.
Oh, yeah.
Slickster, how are you?
Living a dream, Big D. Living a dream.
Looking good. Look at this whole outfit, man.
It's Friday night.
Wow.
Let's go.
I can see it top to bottom, shoes and all.
Oh, yeah.
You all have to wait to see the shoes to the end, but
Yeah.
oh, man, they're going to be worth the wait.
Yeah.
Especially those heels.
Yes, indeed.
Dang.
Come on.
Looking good, Slickster. Vinny Mac sitting right there. He's going to do some news. Vinny Mac, how are you?
That's right. That's right. I'm doing really. I went shopping today, and I bought some very interesting things.
Where
I
did you-
saw that.
Where?
I went. I'll show you.
Oh, you brought it.
I went to the sombrero store. I found that.
All right.
Yeah.
I got one too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, Slickster.
Slick, you guys got to trade.
I never realized how hard it was to find a sombrero. I mean, I was like 1-800 sombrero. I called everything I possibly could.
Yeah, Vinny was south of the border today.
Did you go to Sombrero City? I went, and yeah, Sombrero City. They only sell sombreros.
Yeah.
It's perfect. But I like this sombrero, and I wanted to make a statement.
Yeah. You
did.
I'm afraid to ask what that statement is.
Well, I can't go as far as Rhinestone Cowboy over here. You know, he's got it pretty damn good. But hey, this is just my statement to the left, and just say I wear it well. Maybe you do too. It's okay. Yeah.
Okay. More of your statement to the minority leader in the House.
Oh yeah. This is
like have a sense of humor, pal.
Yeah. This is funny.
Lighten up.
It's it's funny. I feel like the Frito Bandito.
You look good though.
Thank you.
You look really good.
I appreciate that and the eye roll. Thank you very much.
It's good on you. Get a free bowl of soup with that? Or what? Rick Delgado sitting right there. He's going to do some news. Mr. Delgado, how are you?
I am well. I was hat shopping as well and decided I didn't want to look like that, so I decided not to get one.
Good move.
I'm good. Busier day tomorrow, Damon. I can tell you about it now, or I can tell you about it Monday.
All right, tell me about it at 10:05.
All right, awesome.
All right, very good. Now, what are you doing tomorrow?
Tomorrow, 100-mile bike ride from New York City up to New York, someplace,
over there, yeah.
someplace by
over there.
Bear Mountain.
Wow.
And it's for charity.
Maybe you should wear a sombrero on the ride.
Yeah.
Yes.
I should.
I know we can get one cheap, too. I'll see you in the parking lot.
I got a green one you can wear right now. Because what Slick pays for his hair, you know that thing's not going back on his head.
No, sir.
No chance. All right, very good. 100 miles on a bike. That sounds like about the worst idea in the world, but
Yeah.
all right, very good.
On a tricycle.
It's
Very
for a good
impressive.
cause. It's for a good cause.
No, unicycle.
Kevin Downey Jr., the host of the Kevin Downey Jr. Show, sitting right there. Mr. Downey Jr., how are you?
Thank you. I'm good, D. Thank you.
Would you ever wake up on a Saturday and think, you know what I want to do today? I want to ride my bicycle 100 miles. No, you would not.
You know what? As far as exercise, I can run up a bar tab, and that's about it.
There you go.
How's everything else?
Good, thank you. Good. I didn't get a sombrero, but I did culturally appropriate some Taco Bell today. So I've got that going
You're
for me.
assimilating today,
Yeah.
right? Yes, very good.
All right, very good. Kevin Downey Jr. is going to have some news. Plus, he's going to get out in this very fine, good-looking audience here at the America First Warehouse and talk to some of the Patriots here tonight. If you want to talk to Kevin, you can, Harry on the highway sitting back there, of course, doing nothing. So you
Wait a second. Wait a second.
you can talk to Harry, and Harry will line you up with Kevin. Paul Nolan's sitting right here to my left. He's going to do some news as well. Mr. Nolan looks like he just walked out of a GQ shoot. You looking good, Mr. Nolan, with your cross, and well, you're a good-looking guy anyway. So how are you?
How are you doing over there? So you don't know this, but I've always wanted to do a 100-mile bike ride. And he's going to put me on his handlebars. So I'm looking forward to that. It's going to be great. And
It'll be fun.
And I'll fast overnight tonight, so I won't be as heavy.
Right, great. Awesome. Thank you.
Handlebars caved in.
Yeah, you won't be max fat, as I think you once said. Be a little less. So, Paul's going to have some news as well. We got a stacked card here to go through topic-wise. And we got sports with Slick. Odds makers coming up at 9:30. We'll pick all the games against the Las Vegas spread, your football games. And we have Aaron. Who do we have joining us from the Live from Studio 6B audience this week? Do we have somebody?
Yes, today we have David calling in from Rochester, New York.
Oh, okay, David. We'll see if the Bills playing this week.
He's a Buffalo fan, it looks like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, we'll have to see. So, all right, very good. David's going to join us for the odds makers. Slick will have his picks. Aaron will have his picks. Aaron, I think, is pretty much kicking your butt so far.
I would know.
Right?
I would get that
Pretty
crazy.
much.
It's only week 5. I mean, we're not that far in the game.
Well, I just said so far. I didn't say
okay. Well,
you
No,
can't
it's
come
over.
back.
This time. I'm going to have a good weekend this time.
To be fair, I think I only have him by 3 or 4 games right now.
Yeah.
Well, that's a lot.
Well, for him, that's a landslide. You kidding?
Yeah. So. All right, very good. We'll get to that at 9:30. But I thought the biggest news of the week, obviously, there's some news tonight that we'll get to, obviously, with the president trying to bring peace to the region and Hamas. And, I guess maybe we could start there because the president put something out tonight about, given their response, he sees possible peace in the region. And I don't know if you guys saw what the response to the president of the United States was, but I'm not really sure why he thinks that, because it seemed to me when I looked at it, they were trying to do immediately exactly what he said he wouldn't allow them to do, which is to, the devil's always in the details here with these things.
Right.
And immediately what they try to do is start negotiating. Well, we need more time, and we can't do this because of this, and we got to get in touch with this person to get these people. So they're immediately doing exactly what he said he wouldn't allow them to do. Here's your deadline. Take it or leave it. And by the way, you don't exist when this is all done. And they're talking about, well, we need to get involved with the conversation for the long term to see who's going to be where. And it's like, no, there's no lasting peace if they get rewarded here in any which way or form. So I didn't really understand the president's tweet tonight. I don't know. Did you see what the response from Hamas was?
I didn't see, but I heard people talking about it. That like you said, they're already kind of trying to massage some of the details here. The only thing I can think of is Trump is just saying, you know what, great, this is our first step. But I don't think he's going to allow them to make any moves in terms of changing any parts of this deal, because let's face it. Like you said, if you allow them just a little bit, they'll take a lot. We've seen it with the Democrats, and we know how deadly they can be. Just imagine, what these guys, we already know what Hamas is, right?
Oh, they're terrible. They're
exactly.
terrible. Here's the thing that I got out of this. Number one, you can't trust Hamas. They are not trustworthy. They will ask for hundreds of prisoners from Israel to release the hostages that they're agreeing to release, in their opening statement. They should be involved in nothing. There is no negotiation. These are the points.
Yep.
You agree to them or not. And they have dragged this thing out. They have tried to negotiate at every step. They don't have any basis to negotiate anymore. They have the hostages, which is probably the only thing that is keeping them alive right now. But I agree with you, Damon. I don't think Trump should give them an inch right now. Just agree to everything, and then we go.
What's keeping them alive is public sentiment. No one under 30 anymore cares about the Israel First agenda.
Yeah.
The entire world is now calling Palestine a state. Israel has overplayed their hand to a degree. Let's be real about this thing. And according to most reports, Netanyahu changed the deal last second as they were about to sign it. So that's what's coming through some other news reports, not just what you're seeing on Fox. So we got to look past Fox News. This is not what we're seeing here. Is Israel legitimately changed the deal? I got the reports right here. They made a bunch of provisions within 1 second of the final, at the last second, and left everybody saying, "What's up with this?" So there's going to be more death, more blood. Can't just act like Israel's like these perfect saints. I mean, they have an agenda too. So I'm just, I got to play devil's advocate there.
Yeah, maybe so.
Here's what the president put out tonight. Here's his tweet. If you didn't see it, this is the second one of this. He said, based on the statement just issued by Hamas, I believe they are ready for a lasting peace. Israel must immediately stop the bombing of Gaza so that we can get the hostages out safely and quickly. Right now, it's far too dangerous to do that. We are already in discussions on details to be worked out. This is not about Gaza alone. This is about long-sought peace in the Middle East. So that was his tweet tonight. But then, I go back to what the Hamas leader actually says tonight. And if you read it, here's what he actually says. Here's the conditions. Number one, releasing the hostages requires entering into negotiations. That doesn't sound like they're ready to release them.
No.
And will take more than 72 hours. Hamas rejects any non-Palestinian involvement in managing Gaza. That would seem like pretty much a non-starter.
That's a zero.
Yep.
Hamas rejects the entrance of foreign peacekeepers, forces, or a foreign administration in Gaza. That would seem to be a problem. Hamas agrees to hand over governance of Gaza to Palestinian technocrats or for a national Pakistani body linked to the PA to manage Gaza. Hamas will not be excluded from Palestinian politics and governance. Hamas demands a positive response from Trump to its positive response. I mean,
there's nothing in that deal that I think they're going to
there's lasting peace you see out of that?
No. No, it's the same old nonsense. That was my point. It's the same old nonsense. I mean, if I had a choice, who am I going to trust between these two parties? I'm not trusting Hamas.
No chance.
End of story. I might not be crazy about Netanyahu and the politics and all that kind of stuff, but I am crazy about Israel.
Remember, two things can be true at the same time. Many things can be true at once. And let's be very honest. If everyone who follows me on X knows I'm constantly blowing up the muzzies. I cannot stand what they get away with all through Europe. I cannot bear the amount of crimes against humanity they get away with. Not one cleric ever stands up and denounces their behavior. We never hear a word from their leadership. All we hear is they're the victim at all times. Meanwhile, it says everywhere you go, you'll see them like a virus taking over a town, taking over a city, taking over a country. So let's be real. Two things can be true at the same time. But this is from the Times of Israel. I'll go ahead. I'm dying to hear this.
No, you open by saying I'm blowing up the muzzies. I think they're blowing us up. I think maybe that would help.
I was trying to set you up, but I got carried away. So anyway, but Netanyahu, this is from the Times of Israel, which is, it says that here it is. Prime Minister Netanyahu was bullish on Monday evening shortly after leaving the White House, where he accepted U.S. President's peace ending. He said, now the whole world, including the Arab and Muslim world, is pressuring Hamas to accept terms that we created together with Trump to bring back the hostages, living and the dead, while the IDF stays in the majority of the Strip. So, one of the things here, he changed, a handful of the regulations. Do you see that in that article? What time do you have on that?
I don't, but the president put, I just want to see, well, we don't have time to get to the president here. All right, let's hit the break, and then we'll get to the president. The president put out a video, actually not too long ago, on this. We'll get to that quickly when we get back, and then we'll get to sports, and then we'll get into news, we'll get into the shutdown, all coming up right after this, live from Studio 6B, live from the America First Warehouse.
Chat live in the chat. Going over to the Rumble chat. Let's see who's in there. Say hello.
Yeah, we got a good group here on Facebook, too. Rob Jackson, David Keela. Good to see them all in there. Melody Lewis. Melva Justice. Love that name.
Aaron, just check this one more time. Make sure you're good.
Greg 99. Tika 65. Ken B 412. The Bill of Rights 1776. J Buck 169.
Super
all
chat.
people in the Rumble chat.
YouTube $5 super chat. XJSCV. KDJ in the house. There you go. $5 super chat. $5. Pony up.
Hey, Darren Gardner. Thanks for the hello. Ann McGlynn says that Israel has been on the receiving end of constant radical Islamic attacks for she uses not a proper word, years. This is a fact, and they have been. Whether you like their leadership or not, they've been on the bad end of this.
The thing is the fact that we keep hearing all these reports about Netanyahu just basically going over Trump's head as if he's the leader of the free world. That's what bothers me. He's made Trump look bad on several occasions, and I don't like it whatsoever. He should be, anything Trump tells him to do, he should be jumping through hoops.
Exactly.
He should be kissing Trump's butt every minute of every single day, and he acts like he's the big dog in the house, and he ain't, and I'm sick of it.
He should be, because Trump's been probably the loyalist president they ever had.
Obama wanted them all dead. If it was up to Obama, he would have blew Israel off the map.
But I go with the Charlie Kirk analysis because
honestly, I think
it's all about
I think they've
Israel
been pretty much
and the
attached
Bible.
at the hip. I mean, I don't really see that.
Yeah, I'll share it with you. It's all over the place.
I think the things they've done.
How many guys in Hamas can there be left? There's like 6 guys missing arms and legs, afraid to answer their phones. It might blow up. Don't touch the phone alarm.
Mohammed Hopalong Kezadich over there.
Has Donna been here, the Basel, or no?
I haven't seen her. No.
30 seconds.
All right.
Kit Kat, Elsie San Diego, Pitchfork 22, Santa Fe, Mockingjay, Put on a Suit, RL Mess 10.
Put on a Suit's a great name.
And Nancy Springer. Nancy Springer Smith in the Twix chat.
And I'm just going to talk about the other things.
Gerald Hawkins out there. You know, Gerald's been with this show since 2015.
As quick as I can.
Wow. Amazing.
Wow.
Howdy, Twixers.
I'm not on Facebook.
Live from Studio 6B on a Friday night at the America First Warehouse. Vinnie Mac's going to do some news. Slick's got sports coming up. Delgado's got the headlines. Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan going to have some news of their own as well. Harry on the Highway in the house. Lots to do on a busy Friday. I want to thank Joe the Box and all of his great team for always having us here at the America First Warehouse. It is always a great time. And they are so welcoming and accommodating, and we so appreciate it. Also, I want to thank tonight when we got here. You know, one of the things about coming here Friday nights, you never know what you're going to walk into as far as the great Live from Studio 6B audience.
Thank you.
And it just seems to get almost bigger and bigger every week. It's amazing. Well, tonight takes the cake. So first of all, I want to thank James Crosby from, you said Colorado.
Colorado, that's right.
Yes.
Littleton, I think.
So James must know we're all into smoking cigars because he sent the most beautiful collection of cigars. Right, Kev? I mean, just I mean, so I just can't thank him enough. And then, of course, one of our favorites, who I know has been with us a long time, Danita and Dakota Harmon, Kathy Harwood, and Colonel Phil Harmon, U.S. Marine Corps retired. They sent and she says, Damon, may God protect you and your family, and also your cast and crew family of LFS 6B. From Danita and her family, just beautiful bottles of
bourbon.
Slick, bourbon and whiskey.
Whiskey, you got single malt, gorgeous.
Oh, it's just absolutely beautiful.
Gorgeous bottles.
Keep them coming.
Kevin's taking
Keep it coming. I'm getting tanked like Rommel tonight.
Yeah. We didn't sample it yet, I promise.
So after we start drinking it, we'll start fires with.
Yes. So we'll be drinking and smoking here soon enough. So
soon enough is right.
It's so I mean, I don't know. It's just so nice. We don't ask for it. We don't expect it, but it's just so beautiful. So thank you to everybody, specifically tonight, Jim Crosby and Danita and her family. Just absolutely beautiful.
Thank you for the Rolex watch. Did you guys get? Did you get a Rolex?
Yeah, I got it in Times Square for you, Vinny.
Yeah, exactly.
No, that's a
$8.
Two L's in that.
President Trump put out a quick video in response to the Hamas response to him. Here it is.
It's going to be great.
I want to thank the countries that helped me put this together: Qatar, Turkey, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, Jordan, and so many others. So many people fought so hard. This is a big day. We'll see how it all turns out. We have to get the final word down and concrete. Very importantly, I look forward to having the hostages come home to their parents and having some of the hostages, unfortunately, you know the condition they're in, come home likewise to their parents, because their parents wanted them just as much as though that young man or young woman were alive. So I just want to let you know that this is a very special day, maybe unprecedented in many ways. It is unprecedented. But thank you all, and thank you all to those great countries that helped. We were given a tremendous amount of help. Everybody was unified in wanting this war to end and seeing peace in the Middle East, and we're very close to achieving that. Thank you all, and everybody will be treated fairly.
Okay, there you go. The President of the United States tonight.
All right.
And let's hope whatever he's saying is what it's going to be, because obviously the devil's always in the details with these things. So
do you think we see a Nobel Prize for the president soon?
We'll find out on Thursday, because that's when they're giving out, I believe. So this Thursday coming up.
Yeah.
I believe I saw that tonight. So we'll see.
Obama got one for killing people.
Yeah. All right, let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS 6B is the promo code to use. Sitting right here to my right, Slick Rick. Scott, it's Slickster. What's going on?
Well, we're in New York. Any Yankee fans in the house here?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, big win last night. Unbelievable. And Yankees rookie Cam Schlittler makes MLB postseason history with a record performance. How do you like that? 8 scoreless innings and 12 strikeouts. First rookie to ever do it in Major League Baseball
Holy
history. That's
Schlittler.
Incredible. That's it. You got that right. And you can keep pronouncing that name, Vin.
Yeah,
2 rookie
thanks.
starters made their postseason debut in the Bronx on Thursday night, but only one made Major League Baseball history in the end. New York Yankees flamethrower. Flamethrower indeed. Cam Schlittler didn't just deliver the performance to the home run it needed to the team, the ALDS, but one Boston Red Sox manager, Alex Cora, called perfect. Schlittler threw 8 scoreless innings, striking out 12 hitters without any walks in the Yankees' 4-0 victory to secure Game 3 to win the wild card series. So fantastic win by the Yankees. They are now moving on to what is called the NLDS. It's a best-of-5 series, and yes, Big D, they do play a couple of games in each stadium. So first 2 games are on the road for the Yankees. They're up in Toronto tomorrow, 4:08, first pitch, big one there. Louis Gill versus Kevin Guzman. So that should be a good one. Also, the Tigers. Kevin, I want to congratulate you. Kevin knows how are the Tigers doing, because he's from Detroit, from Michigan. And KDJ, they're in. They're taking on Seattle. That's going to be a tough game. 8:38 tomorrow night. Dodgers at the Phillies. Another great series there. Shohei Ohtani pitching against Kyle Schwarber. And the Cubs and Brewers. That's at 2:08 tomorrow. And that should also be a great game. Brewers obviously with the best lead record in baseball this year. So should be very exciting. And that's it, Big D. It's a rapid sports.
All right, very good. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. We'll do some more sports. And, of course, the odds makers coming up in hour 2. Let's get to some headlines. Rick Delgado's got the headlines, and I know you've been looking at a lot of stories. We talked a little bit about the Hamas and the hostages, but I also know that we're in a shutdown right now.
Yeah.
And this is day 2, going on day 3, and I think we've kind of all bantered this around, and you can tell me what the leads, kind of where we are today. But the Republicans, no matter who tells us they're not and what poll they want to cite, they are in control of this, and they should not give 1 inch of ground back to the Democrats in the gift that they have offered up President Trump and Russ Vought. What's the latest tonight?
Well, as far as Joni Ernst is concerned, she wants Russ Vought to go hog wild, as they say, Damon, demanding $2 trillion in federal cuts. Urges Trump team to make D.C. squeal amid the shutdown fight.
I'm sorry.
What were you saying, Paul?
Oh, man, this is great. Like this, they painted themselves in a corner.
Yeah, exactly. Senate Republicans have a list of more than $1 trillion worth of ideas ripe for a trim as the federal government shutdown continues. The Office of Management and Budget Director Russ Vought, who was, I guess these days, is the scariest person in D.C.
We love Ross.
Yes.
We love this guy.
He's got to be the scariest person to Democrats in D.C. because now, and you see it all over the news, they're all pointing to, you remember how when Elon Musk was in the White House constantly with Doge, they said, oh, well, Elon's running the country. Now they pivoted to Russ Vought is running the country. Somebody else is always running the country when they're doing stuff that the Democrats don't like. Russ Vought so far has announced plans to withhold at least $30 billion in federal funding to blue states and blue cities, while Senate Democrats continue to block the Republican efforts to reopen the government. Of course, you can always count on Democrats to do stupid stuff. Here is, let's see, cut 4. Here's Vaughn Hilliard over on NBC freaking out because, let's face it, it's the blue states that are going to get cut. And I don't even know if Vaughn's a real guy's name, but that's his name. Cut 4. Check it out for yourself. There he is.
Effectively, you have an OMB director out of the White House who is effectively running the federal government and making massive decisions here. They could potentially cripple some of these agencies, which we should be clear, as he wrote in Project 2025, he has argued that some of these agencies are too big and have hurt Americans. And so from his vantage point, he has been empowered by the president to move forward with these firings. And then on top of that are the cuts, the budget cuts, that he has been very clear that he has the power to decide what projects get allotted money. And as Speaker Johnson said yesterday, it is a subjective decision, one to advance this administration's priorities. And just this morning, in a tweet, Russ Vought, he made clear that there is another project specifically in Chicago that is set to, at least for now, get withholding of funds, saying $2.1 billion in Chicago infrastructure projects, specifically the Red Line extension and the Red and Purple modernization project, have been put on hold to ensure funding is not flowing via race-based contracting.
Yeah,
The soy boys are back in town.
How does that feel? Yeah?
You can blame Chuck Schumer.
That's it.
He knew back in March not to give Russ this power, and it's exactly what he did now. So
yeah, Joni has some ideas for deeper cuts, so we'll see what else she comes up with. But it's in the hands of Russ Vought.
All right, live from Studio 6B.
Yay.
We're back at the America First Warehouse right after this. To 1 because I stupidly started on the.
He went head over heels.
Yeah, but why didn't you go back to?
That's what I'm gonna
Why didn't you go back to B?
I love that.
The sombrero was great. That looked great.
It's classic.
Okay, so you didn't see 1.
I saw 1, but since we had already blown past that, we were down here, so I was like, all right.
So do you want to quickly go back and do B3?
We could.
Okay. And then I'll go to Vin.
You playing bingo? Is that what's
I don't
happening?
know.
B7. G4. Bingo. You got it. Everything that guy said, by the way, on CNN, I was like, yeah, that's what he's doing. That's what he's doing. He's all bummed out. I'm like, yeah, no, that's what he's doing.
That's what we voted for.
Yeah, we did. We voted for that. If we couldn't get it done, the process, take care of it now.
That was good. I knew we were going to.
Chat live in the chats.
We came out and won a playoff game.
Ricky Cope, how are you, my friend? Mallory Klondike.
In the Facebooks.
Are you in Facebook now?
No.
You're not in Facebook?
Can't figure it out. Still trying to figure it out. Oh, there I am. All right, I made it.
You did. I'm very impressed. Haven't seen you on Facebook in any battles. It's you're leaving me alone.
That's your hunting ground.
That's my hunting ground. I simply will not take any crap on Facebook. I just won't. I refuse to.
That is well done.
No one in my family is speaking to me, but I'm not taking any crap.
Must be some Thanksgiving dinner.
Right, just hearing the plates clanking around and nobody's talking.
Yeah.
Even his dog doesn't want to hang out with him.
Yeah, no, my dog wants to hang out with me. Thank God my dog wants to hang out with me. I think about that because, Thanksgiving's coming up, and I'm going to get a lot of looks.
Isn't it funny how the stock market has gone up since
That's the turkey.
Since the shutdown? The market has just spiked.
Yep.
It's just great.
Dave Peterson said I look good in the hat. I just want you to know. Thank you, Dave. I appreciate that.
I'm going to wear that hat again, too. I'm going to wear that when we leave.
Well, it does look good on you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It also looks good on the floor. Let's dance.
Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse on a Friday night. Glad you're in. The boys are all here. Harry on the highways here. We're at the America First Warehouse, like I said. Real America's voice all across the country. 103.9 LI News Radio all across Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in, whether you're watching or listening. We appreciate you giving us a few hours of your weekdays, 8 to 10, Monday through Friday. Let's do a little more news, and then we'll get to Vin. Vin's got a couple interesting stories as well, but you watched Pete Hegseth, huh? As did I, as did everybody. What did you think?
I love the Pete Hegseth. And you know what? Going into it, I didn't think he was going to be the pick that he turned out to be when he was nominated. But a few months later, and man, is he walking tall, feeling mean, and getting everybody to march in the same direction, pull the rope in the same way. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth actually. Remember, he had this. The news was freaking out last week, right? Because he called all these military leaders into one place, into the Pentagon. Oh, what's going on? They didn't know what was going on. The first time they had so many of the military brass in one place at one time over at the Pentagon. Well, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth lamented against fat troops. I guess the Ozempic shots aren't working, and the woke policies of the military that they've been doing for the last few years, pledging to create higher physical fitness standards and grooming standards with gender-neutral, age-normed criteria that match the current male fitness standards. He says it's all with physical fitness and appearance, he told hundreds of the top military leaders during a speech at Marine Corps Base Quantico just the other day. Here he is saying it for himself. Pete Hegseth, cut number 3, laying down the law basically to the military, especially the brass, the generals and the admirals. Check this out, cut 3.
Today, at my direction, we are also adding a combat field test for combat arms units that must be executable in any environment at any time and with combat equipment. These tests, they'll look familiar. They'll resemble the Army Expert Physical Fitness Assessment or the Marine Corps Combat Fitness Test. I'm also directing that warfighters in combat jobs execute their service fitness test at a gender-neutral, age-normed male standard scored above 70%. It all starts with physical fitness and appearance. If the Secretary of War can do regular, hard PT, so can every member of our joint force. Frankly, it's tiring to look out at combat formations, or really any formation, and see fat troops. Likewise, it's completely unacceptable to see fat generals and admirals in the halls of the Pentagon.
Hello.
And leading commands around the country and the world. It's a bad look.
Yep.
It is bad, and it's not who we are. So whether you're an airborne ranger or a chairborne ranger, a brand new private or a 4-star general, you need to meet the height and weight standards and pass your PT test. And as the chairman said, yes, there is no PT test.
Yeah. So there you have it.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And there's
it kind of reminds me of Stripes when Bill Murray was getting everybody riled up so they could march in front of the military and complete basic training. The military, though, has repeatedly said it did not lower qualifications, Damon, for women to serve at some of the toughest combat posts. We all know that's a load of crap.
There's left-wing pundits who listen to that, and you know what they got out of that? He hates black people and he hates women. That's what they got out of that speech.
How do you get black people out of that one?
No idea.
If anything, let's face it, some of the most physically fit guys that are going to show up could be black, Hispanic, white, you name it. Yeah. So I don't know how he hates black people.
Just look at the NBA.
He also said if any of these fatty acids don't want to play along, that they can resign. And immediately Captain Crunch and Colonel Sanders said, "We're out of here."
Exactly. Yeah, they're getting number 3 with a Coke. Some of the greatest organizations in the world, though, the greatest businesses in the world, are run by people that came up through the mailroom. He's a combat guy. He understands what it takes. That's why he was such a great pick. We have a real combat guy in there. If UPS is a great example. If you want to work at UPS, everybody has to drive a truck. And then they go up the ranks. The CEO drove, UPS trucks around. That's what Pete's saying. You got to walk the walk with the guys you're leading. And we need to look the look, and we need to all look fit. And I don't know about you, but if we had security, I don't want some
salad dodger.
Yeah, I don't want a salad dodger, to quote Kevin Downey Jr., one of his classics. But you want someone that's looking pretty intimidating and is together, right?
So somebody that doesn't look like you.
That's it. Yeah, I'm not volunteering for that job, but I'm just saying I want good protection.
Yeah, security guards shouldn't be big round balls with blood type is brown gravy. It makes no sense. When you see the leadership. Some of them in dresses,
Well, that's the thing. We did see a bunch of the military leadership, some of them in literally dresses. These guys who decided they're going to be women, in women's outfits, but they're supposed to be, leaders. Who's going to follow that? I'm sorry, but no. It demeans your entire spirit.
The fitness test to be on the cops or the firemen was rigorous. You have to train for months and nonstop. There is no training anymore. I was talking to my buddy as the head of the police union, and he was saying that the standards are so low for the women, and they don't even test them. There's no pull-ups, there's no push-ups, there's no running. How are they cops?
Right.
Did you see the 20 FBI agents who were fired for taking a knee at a George Floyd?
Yeah.
So one of them is a beach ball. She's jabbing the what? I think they had to help her up. She got canned too. But, she can't catch me. I'm 59 with asthma. I can run backwards. I can do the Michael Jackson dance backwards and still be here.
All right, 36 past the hour, live from Studio 6B. We'll do some more headlines with Delgado coming up. But let's get over to Vinnie Mac, see what's on his mind. Vinnie Mac's got some news as well. What's going on, Vin?
Yeah, I've got 2 things on my mind. I've been, first of all, I'm really happy to see Elon Musk back in the public sphere. He's out there tweeting again. He's talking about things. I love Elon Musk, so I'm a big fan. And so the big thing he's on now is Netflix. And it's not a minor thing. The storytelling in the media has shaped the youth of our country, but also they think we want to see a lot of this garbage. We want to see all this woke stuff. We want to see all the crap that they're putting in. Well, you know what? We don't. We don't want to see that anymore. And you're starting to see people take charge of that. He's calling on Twitter for everybody to cancel their subscriptions. And then you talk about, what we're involved with here at the network. That whole thing with Angel Studios, which, Angel Studios went public. They raised a ton of money. They're making dozens and dozens of movies now, probably be up to like 35 or 40 movies by the end of this year. And that's what we need. We need this family, faith, just good quality, positive content coming out, not all this woke stuff. So I'm really happy Elon's back. I have watched a lot of shows on Netflix, but sometimes my head spins because I'm like, what? This isn't the real
always
world.
Selling you something. It's such BS there.
It could be total garbage, and it's just terrible. Like, I'm sick of it.
Yeah.
And we have a choice now. We can 86 them, and we can become a guild member at Angel Studios, right? I think we got a clip of the Angel thing.
We do. If those of you who are not familiar with, I hope you're all interested, not familiar with Angel Studios, angelstudios.com/RAV is the place to go. But here's a clip of a little bit of the kind of work that they do. Roll that, Aaron.
Welcome to Real America's Voice, Real Minute. Your quick look at the powerful stories of faith and freedom, inspiring audiences across the nation. Angel Studios presents
A Kennedy Curse. That is the theme of Angel Studios' newest documentary, RFK Legacy. It comes from acclaimed filmmaker Oliver Stone, director of the hit movie JFK, and his son Sean Stone, in a profile of the Kennedy legacy that you've never seen before.
I want to ask you about your father's assassination.
Anybody who reads that report will understand that Sirhan could not have killed my father.
It's a dirty story.
It explores the Kennedy legacy as told through the eyes of Bobby Kennedy Jr., who reflects upon his life and memories, his time on Cape Cod, his uncle's assassination, his own father's assassination, and his early interest in nature and the environment.
This time you have a drug addiction. How does that play out?
I wanted to be working with nature.
He was appalled at what he saw. This is how he became the leading environmental lawyer in the United States.
There's no right to pollute. The polluter pays. My views are constantly misrepresented.
This compelling documentary profiles our current Secretary of Health and Human Services and dives deep into why Bobby Kennedy is who he is, why he cares so much about health in this country, and how his family legacy continues even after family members pass on far too soon.
I don't know if there's a curse. We do what we're supposed to do. The outcome's in God's hands.
To see RFK Legacy, go to angel.com/RAV, join the Angel Guild, and watch today.
You know, that's a great piece. And that's Bo Davidson, by the way. He's one of the correspondents with the network. They have a documentary coming out about Fauci. And I don't know if anybody read RFK's book on Fauci, but Netflix would never come out with a documentary on Fauci that at least would be the truth. That would be the real story that we all want to know. And the thing we're doing, this is just a promotional.
Does the documentary end with him in an orange jumpsuit in jail?
Yeah. Well, hopefully he's on the list. I hope he is. But this Angel Studios thing's not just like, we're not just promoting that. Like, this is really what the network's all about.
So I'm a big
providing
fan.
content like this.
Just so you know, I have their app, and they have so many good movies. And obviously The Chosen is fantastic. But it really is worth getting the app. It's worth downloading because there's such great content. They really do put together a lot of good films.
So we're behind them big time, as a network. They're making a movie about George Washington, too, that's supposed to be spectacular. There's just a lot of good stuff. Anyhow, when I see things like this, I'm like, this is what I want my daughter watching. This is what I want to watch myself. This is what I hope the rest of the country does. So it might sound like we're promoting, but it's really about our values, and it's part of the network.
Yeah. The other thing you were telling me about is something with Charlie Kirk and Obama. What was the deal with him?
Oh, man, yeah. First off, if this has come out from a lot of people on the left where they've just dissed Charlie Kirk, right? And they've said they're not like, talking about this horrific incident and condemning it. They're dissing him like he did all these bad things. You would not expect that from the President of the United States, though. The President of the United States should take a little higher road and condemn this for what it is, a horrific act, period. And that's not what Obama did. Obama said, this was horrible, but this guy said all these bad things and then misrepresented just about everything Charlie Kirk has ever said, which is typical of the left, but not the President of the United States, even though I can't stand this particular president, and I know he's a bit of a liar, and I understand.
A bit?
Yeah. I understand the background with this guy, but he's still the president. Like, presidents should not communicate like this. What he's doing is throwing gas back on the fire of these people that just will hate for any reason. And Charlie
He's
Kirk,
a well-polished Al Sharpton.
he speaks well. He says what he says, but I thought that was extraordinarily inappropriate. It's also inappropriate because it's dangerous. There's other quacks out there.
All right, live from Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse on a Friday night. More news. Kevin Downey Jr., Paul Nolan, all coming up when we get back right after this.
Chat live in the chats.
We're on right now. We're pretty close to on. So
in the YouTubes.
All right,
it's up to you.
I just figured if we have more time to dialogue.
You got Oliver's
Aaron,
mom.
check your text.
They're coming to me for stories, right?
Sue
Talk to me in my ear.
Salaburo. I don't think I pronounced that right. Lupe Rogers. Jeffrey Koenig. Jesus Perez. Moon Pie.
Moon pie.
Moon Pie. The real Bruce Lee is in the
Scott Edwards. What's up, Big G?
in the Twix. Donita, thanks again, Donita. Over in the Twix. Kit Kat. Vivian from Michigan.
Oh, I love Viv from Michigan.
That's because you're from Michigan.
Aaron?
You know, Detroit got lucky. They almost blew their entire season.
I know.
You realize that, right?
Yeah. Viv listens to my show and texts in. She's fun. All the Michigan people are fun. We're a fun state.
Oh, TJK3746 in the Rumble chat points out this is the same guy who had Cash for Clunkers. Remember that?
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Drake 99. Don't laugh at McGroin is in the Rumble chat.
What a name.
Well, there's a whole family of McGroins.
Don't laugh at McGroins?
Yeah. No. McGroins, the family.
Right.
Tate McGroin.
Dunlaffit is one of them.
That's the guy's name?
All the McGroins they used to be in the Bongino Rumble chat.
Yeah.
And a few of them have migrated to us.
Yeah, they pulled out. Yeah.
So they pulled out.
Because they were laughing at your groin?
Some of the names
What else we got here? What
It's
else?
got to be those bedazzled heels you got there, Slick.
Yes, sir.
All right, how much time? I got time to get water.
I love Pete Hegseth too, man.
Yeah.
Guy.
He's fire.
By the way, they were staring at him like, oh my God, but he lit him up. Like,
Listen, if you're
this
a
is
CEO,
my directive.
If you're a
and you're doing it.
CEO of a corporation, do you want slovenly people running it? Do you want people in their sweatpants running it?
No.
Absolutely, positively not. When I had a telemarketing business, I wouldn't let anybody come dressed in sweatpants.
No, I totally get it. Presentation.
What do you mean?
Especially with the military. What are the Chinese thinking when they see some of this stuff?
It's Joe the Box.
Oh, yeah.
There he is.
Oh, Joe the Box.
Hey,
in the
hey,
house, of course, with his favorite flag in his arms.
There you go.
Somebody went shopping.
We want to thank Joe the Box and all his staff for having us here on Friday nights. We absolutely love being here. They are always so accommodating, and this is the greatest place on earth. If you're MAGA, this is it, man. There's nothing like this place, the America First Warehouse. We love being here. Friday nights, Vinnie Mac is here.
Oh, yeah.
Slick's going to do some more sports. Right now, let's get over to Kevin Downey Jr. Let's hear from him for the first time tonight. Mr. Downey Jr., what's on your mind?
Thank you, Big D. Well, as you guys know, there's no such thing as election fraud.
Okay. We
of course, which is why I was not in the Capitol on January 6th, as some people might think they have a video. But look at this. This is Newburgh, Maine. This story comes from my friend Athena Horn at pjmedia.com, where I, too, am an author. And looks like a woman from Newburgh, Maine. She got a box from Amazon, and she opened it up, and there's a stack of paper plates, a lightsaber, that's weird, a bag of rice, and 250 shrink-wrapped official referendum ballots for the election next month. So she has 250 actual ballots from Maine. Now, the box, it looks like it was tampered with, so either someone went in to steal her lightsaber and said, well, I guess I'll let her keep her lightsaber and what looks like a bag of delicious potato chips here, and threw in 250 shrink-wrapped ballots. Now, here's the fun part. Amazon knows absolutely positively who did this. They know where the box came from. Someone had to pay for it. Now, is it possible the neighbor opened it up and threw them in? Could be. But the question is, how did someone get 250 shrink-wrapped ballots, and why did they put them in with this lady's potato chips? No one knows. But there's no such thing as election fraud, ladies and gentlemen. We don't do that here in the United States.
This has happened all over the country and with the Postal Service, too.
Yeah.
I mean, dig into that in PJ Media.
And remember, Maine is right now considering voter ID.
Yep.
Ooh. Absolutely. Everybody has to have it.
Nice.
Absolutely.
And
let's go.
I believe a young man drove a truck full of ballots from Long Island.
From Bethpage.
From Bethpage.
Yeah, from Bethpage to Pennsylvania.
We remember to Harrisburg, PA.
Yeah.
And then,
in the middle of the night.
Mysteriously went
300,000 ballots.
Yep.
Yeah, so in Maine, let me just lay this out so people understand. This misdelivery comes just 35 days before Maine's November 4th election, which features a high-stake referendum on requiring voter identification. The initiative there is question one, has divided state politics, with Democrats warning, of course, it could shrink their vote totals, and Republicans insisting it would bolster election integrity. 36 other U.S. states, as well as virtually every nation in the European Union, have some form of voter ID law. So this is happening in the middle of all of this, right before this November 4th election, as they're deciding, well, what do we do here? Well, this is probably not good, and it's probably happening with other people other than her.
And just when you think that stink badger can't reek anymore throughout the perfume aisle, look at this. The DOJ says to the Maine Secretary of State, who named Shenna Bellows, says, we'd like to go through your rolls, make sure none of these voters are dead. And she said, nope. She said, not going to happen. She goes, actually, her answer was, go jump in the Gulf of Maine. So she's throwing down the gauntlet to the DOJ here, refuses to let the DOJ look at the voter rolls. But you know what? I think there might be voter fraud. I'm going to throw that. I'm going on record. We might have a little voter fraud.
You're a real thrill seeker, aren't you?
Yeah.
Way to go, Colombo.
My wife.
Maine Republican Party Chairman Jim Diamond says the Newburgh ballot discovery is, quote, beyond the realm of accidental.
Yeah.
Well, the Dems know they can't win the midterms. They know they can't win without cheating. They have lost the narrative. They've lost America. They have to cheat at all costs. There's, what, about 27% of Americans want communism? Oh. That's all that's left. People don't want it. We're rejecting it wildly across all boards. They can't win without the mainstream media running cover for their lies, and they lost the narrative. They don't exist anymore. They're useless. So this is just another sign that...
But you know they've gotten very good at cheating.
They've mastered it.
They are like professional
Pros.
cheaters.
Yeah,
so we have to take every measure we can to unwind it. We're going to stick Kevin Downey Jr. on them and
figure
well, they're not going to have to cheat in New York City to elect a communist. I can tell you that.
That's true.
Well, at least right now, the way it looks.
People are going to vote blindly. And
Kev, what else is on your mind?
Well, one more thing. We'll put a bow on this. The woman who said that the DOJ can go jump into the Gulf of Maine.
Yeah.
She's running for governor.
Perfect.
What a surprise.
That's the kind of leadership we need.
In 2026, yeah. So she doesn't doesn't want anyone looking into voter fraud because that might keep her from winning.
Yeah. Kev, tell me about the story. You said that I guess the FBI had been looking into Biden and his corruption in Ukraine. Is that one of the stories you were looking at?
Yep. 3 FBI agents were in Ukraine, and they were looking into this whole Hunter Biden thing, the laptop, and why this Burisma company would pay him $1 million a year to be on the board, considering he doesn't speak Ukrainian, and he doesn't know anything about gas or any energy whatsoever. But it turns out there's no official record of the Bureau being there, although whistleblowers have come forward to say, yep, I was there, and they have these, you guys know what the 1023s are. The FBI has a form. Yep. You do an investigation, you fill out the 1023 form, and they've got 2. They've got 2 of these, but when you go to the FBI, there's no official explanation about it. There's nothing. Kind of like, remember, Comey did this with other things too. They had a name for them, but they were doing investigations where they just said, "Yeah, just report to me." We don't need to write up any.
Yeah, we don't need to go through the official channels. We don't need to document it. Just come to me, and we'll take care of this.
Yep. And so Senator Chuck Grassley says, I've got 2 whistleblowers telling me, giving me 2 different stories, but the stories are the same, and the whistleblowers don't know about each other. They don't know that. All they know is that there were 3 FBI agents there looking into this Biden corruption. That would be the corruption that they impeached Trump for looking into.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that.
And there's no record of it.
No record whatsoever. Now, remember Kash Patel and his team did find these burn bags.
Yep.
So there could be burn bags in another closet that no one's supposed to know, or these bags could have been burned, but no one knows. Kash Patel he can't find anything yet. Senator Grassley has nothing. All he has is a couple of 1023s that these whistleblowers came in and wrote up for him.
Yeah.
But otherwise, nothing.
We know they're corrupt. That's what we do know.
That's for sure.
The Bidens.
All right, 6 minutes till the hour. Let's do a quick sports while we can here before we wrap up hour 1. Sports is sponsored by Mike Lindell, LFS6B, and Slick Scott. What's going on, Slickster?
Okay, Big D. You caught me off guard because I actually wasn't ready for sports. It's on the slot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is there there's no scores right now, no live games?
Well, there's no live games right now because baseball's tomorrow, right?
All right, very good. So there you go. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell, LFS6B. That's the promo code to use.
I'll give you a couple of scores.
Actually, you know what? Let's do it. Let's run Ryan McMahon, cut 1, Aaron. Let's run that from last night's Yankee game. Fabulous catch. Watch this one. The third baseman made a great play. This is the top of the 8th inning. Look at this. Head over heels. And I put the heels on tonight just for him in honor of that great catch. Yankees looking like they're ready to move on. They're going to play Toronto tomorrow, and we'll see them take it, and they're going to take the whole series, I think.
Did I see one of those socks there, kick him in the...
That was an incredible
and that was
catch.
that was a kid that was picked up just before the trade deadline.
What a catch.
And what a great pickup he's been. He's been hitting well, playing great third base for the Yankees. And,
Ryan McMahon, super. Unbelievable.
And out of 11 compound fractures,
thank you.
I made that catch.
Yeah, exactly. There you go, Big. That's a wrap.
Delgado did the story before about Joni Ernst, who's not running again in Iowa, but she wrote a letter to Russ Vought, speaking of, and she listed where she thinks that he can save, because what was the number you said he cut so far? $30 billion?
$2 trillion.
$2 trillion.
Yeah, she compiled a comprehensive list of more than $2 trillion of non-essential government expenditures that should be put on the chopping block to put taxpayers first, make Washington squeal, and deliver a more efficient government. And she's coming straight at it.
We'll get into a little bit of what's on that list when we get back for hour 2 live at the America First Warehouse, live from Studio 6B. We're back right after this. college football games going on.
Chat live in the chat.
I thought you had a lot more stuff than I could get in the rundown, so I just figured you had stuff.
Okay, no, I didn't realize. Hey, Damon.
What's up, Harry on the highway? Harry on the highway is
White
here.
House. Carol
Harry is here.
On Nick Sorda, so we'll add that clip to my story.
Greta Garbo's out there. Greta, how are you? Greta's been plowing the fields, Mr. Delgado. Plowing the fields.
Oh, good.
I think it was corn, I believe. I think it was corn. She'll correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
All right.
What do you want to do?
Well, I have the Nick Sorda story. I really want to talk about it because I thought he was brave saving that flag.
Right.
I wish I had
What
the video.
clip, though?
I just sent it to you. It's what do you call it? In response.
Bob Schuker, you're totally right, man.
Trump is
a truckload of ballots.
Staff to refuse federal funding
from Jersey to Pennsylvania
because they're allowing Nick Sorda to be arrested.
Okay.
And the cops are corrupt there.
Okay.
Laura Rose, good to see you out here. Charles Parker.
Complicated, and I was going to get into.
Who else we got out here?
Digital
Susan
currency,
McGee.
and I decided I don't want to do it.
Some new names, some old names. I like it.
Where are we doing it?
Oh, wherever Aaron, where do you want to do it?
Kevin Downey Jr. is going to be interviewing someone, right?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Bob Kern.
Bob Kern. Where's Bob? There he is.
Bob Kern.
All right.
He owes me $20.
Wait a second.
Barnicky. Again? Barnicky.
All right.
I'm watching Bob Barker him to death. He starts kicking your butt all over this place.
Janice Hannon, good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. I'm going to say hi right back to you on social media now. Yellow. People want us to make a live from Studio 6B sombrero, Damon, so you might have something cooking over there.
Oh, yeah, we got to put the sombrero back on.
Greta said yes, I got the corn right. She's been plowing corn. Send some corn over here. Get some nice, fresh Kansas corn.
GMO free, please.
Greta Garbo, not Greta Thunberg.
How dare you?
Greta Thunberg would not be selling us corn. She'd be selling us a whole lot of BS, but not corn. Yeah.
How dare you?
Imagine that if Greta Thunberg was in the audience. Said, "Oh, are you lost, young lady?"
Your television sounds funny in the evening. You're watching live from Studio 6B.
You are watching live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. A room full of Patriots, as always. We always appreciate Joe the Box having us here. Slick Rick's here. He's going to do some sports. Vinnie Mac's got some more news in hour two. Delgado's got headlines. Paul Nolan, Kevin Downey Jr., Harry on the highways here. Aaron and Fran holding it down as always. Glad you're in wherever you're watching Real America's Voice all across the country. Of course, 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County and Long Island. Glad you're all in. Speaking of Patriots here at the America First Warehouse, let's go live over to Kevin Downey Jr. He's got one with him right now. Kev, who you got?
Thanks, Big D. We got Patriot Bob Kern with us. Let's hear it for Bob. Yeah. Now, Bob, you're a true American. You're running for office out here in Long Island, aren't you?
Yes, I am in Riverhead.
What are you running for, sir?
Town council to be reelected.
Town council to be reelected. Let me ask you, are you MAGA?
Yes, I am.
Have you been MAGA your whole life?
Yes,
you were MAGA before it was cool, weren't you? You're Grandpa MAGA, aren't you?
I started the American Party in 1992.
The American Party. I remember that. I was a liberal then. I didn't vote for you. Sorry. You can kick me in the beanbag if you want. I deserve that. So, Bob, what do you think? Let me tell you something that really steams my clams about New York. Bail reform. What do you got to say about that?
I think Cakeface, the governor, should get kicked. For one, I have to say this. I mean, it's really serious. It's costing every town in Suffolk County a fortune because every little arrest takes 4 hours. And if you look at the overtime in every single town, everybody in Suffolk County and Nassau County should reach out to the state and say, you have to reimburse us. And don't forget who started it, which was Cuomo. Here's a guy that's running for mayor who shut down the mental institutions, shut down the jails, and look where we are right now. And then Cakeface follows right in his steps. And it's really it's really a disgusting situation. And my biggest fear is that people have become numb to bail reform. Don't accept it. It's a huge problem if you accept it. So that's what I'm going to say on that.
All right, Cakeface. That's Kathy Hochul. Cakeface. Yeah. I hear Cookie Puss Mamdani might win New York City. Is that...
I have to say, somebody said to me, well, maybe I should vote for Cuomo because he's the lesser of two evils. And I said, no, you actually should put Mamdani in so Trump can not fund New York. How about that?
Yeah, I'm all for that. Bob, thank you so much.
Nice, Bob.
Best of luck on your re-election. Back to you, Big D.
All right, very good, Bob. And Kevin Downey Jr. here at the America First Warehouse.
Yeah, he was great, huh?
He's great.
Yeah.
Bob tested positive for MAGA. We like that.
And he said to get reelected, so I'm assuming that means he's elected now, obviously, and I'm sure doing a fine job. So, all right, Paul Nolan's here. He's got some news, and I know he's got a very important story that's really kind of captured social media and captured the country today. Because we've seen this story before, and it's right straight out of the Antifa playbook, how this one played out, and straight out of the hellhole cities like Portland and how they handle these things. Paul, tell me about this story.
Well, this one bakes my potatoes, KDJ.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, so conservative influencer this week was posting a bunch of video. By the way, I wanted to start by saying I'm going to do the CNN version of this story because it sucks. It's so biased. So a conservative influencer who this week posted video clashes outside the Immigration and Customs Enforcement facility in Portland, Oregon, has been released without bond after he was arrested late Thursday night during what police characterized as a fight. Now, just to interject here, the police in Portland are communists. They are radical. They have absolutely no place as policemen in this city. The 27-year-old Nick Sorter, who does a great job. Oh, good. You can play this because this is great. You'll see Nick Sorter in this video here. He's getting surrounded and attacked, and he slugs one of the guys, and he gets slugged, and he fights back a little bit. Then a bunch of people got around him, and they were over him, and he was surrounded. So he went to the police at this point and asked for help, and they arrested him after he took the beating. So, and you'll see in a later video, he sees them burn an American flag, and he grabs it, rips it from them, and, he puts the fire out while they're all mocking him for stepping on a flag on the ground. So these commies have absolutely no respect whatsoever for the people who died for the flag. They have absolutely no respect for this nation. They think their communist ways are the way to go. But now the Justice Department is investigating Sorter's arrest near the South Portland facility. And it's obviously like a flashpoint in the city, and it's got a long history of these loud protests. But now what we have is Trump is now investigating the police there, and he's going to hold back funding. And I have this clip. Hopefully you have the one of Carolyn Levitt saying they're going to withhold funding to Portland. If you have it, D.
Yep, Aaron, you have this?
Just last night, we saw an extremely troubling incident where conservative journalist Nick Sorter was captured on video being taken into custody by the Portland police after he was ambushed by Antifa and was defending himself from these assaults. But instead of arresting these violent mob members night after night after night who are ravaging this community, the police arrested a journalist who was there trying to document the chaos, and everyone in this room should be extremely concerned about that. The Department of Justice spoke with that journalist this morning, and they will be launching a full investigation into his arrest. This incident is part of a troubling trend in Portland where left-wing mobs believe they get to decide who can visit and live in their city. It is not their city. It is the American people's city, and President Trump is going to restore that. I just spoke with the president about this, and he has directed his team here at the White House to begin reviewing aid that can potentially be cut in Portland. We will not fund states that allow anarchy. There will also be an additional surge of federal resources to Portland immediately, including enhanced CBP and ICE resources. Law and order will prevail, and President Trump will make sure of it.
That's it. That's right, man.
Yeah.
Say it, say it, say it.
Nice.
You know what the police department and the mayors and the governor, everybody in that state is a disaster. It is, at some point, it's got to get cleaned up. And I just can't believe that you're so stupid. The libs are so stupid. They're going to fight law and order. They're going to fight decency. You know, they were showing videos. I was watching reporters walking through the streets in the daytime after every night. Things go, it's like the movie Warriors. At the end, every night it goes dark in that city, and it's lawlessness. It's the Wild West, and it couldn't be more grotesque. And the video of people walking through the city in the daytime, everything's boarded up. There's no commerce. There's just blue-haired Gorgons?
Gorgon.
How do I spell that? With a G?
G-O-R-G-O-N. You can tell them they've got I also call them now a septum ringworms.
Septum.
That's the legal vernacular.
Yes. So Nick Sorter himself put out an X tonight about this. He said Attorney General Pam Bondi has ordered a full investigation led by Assistant AG Harmeet Dillon of the Portland Police Bureau following my wrongful arrest last night. Bondi has confirmed to me personally. AG Bondi called me personally to deliver the news, and I'm incredibly grateful for her doing so. The Trump DOJ will not allow Portland police to continue to do the bidding of Antifa.
Yeah.
And, you know, like Paul said, this is one of these things we see it. You see it in Portland. We saw it in the Summer of Love. We saw the Portland Federal Court building surrounded. We saw it in Minneapolis. All of these Antifa types, this is why I still don't understand the domestic terrorism attachment, if the president has actually put that on them or not, because I don't know why they're not being dealt with in a much harsher fashion than what we're seeing on tape over these last couple nights, because it's the same story now as it was back then. They get caught, it's in the front door, out the back. There's absolutely they pay no price for doing what they're doing, and as far as I can see so far, they're not being dealt with any differently than they were in 2020, 2021, 2022.
Why can't there be RICO charges against the people who finance this stuff?
I mean, I believe they're looking into all that stuff. I mean, that's what I've heard of everything from Soros across the board. But they only operate in safe zones for themselves in these far left cities.
You mean like CHOP?
Yeah.
Chaz was nice.
And by the way, if the police is not going to do their job in any of these cities, like Chicago, like
we'll
like
defund
Memphis,
your police.
like Portland.
Yeah, but do we think it's the police or the cops basically, no pun intended, have handcuffs on?
No, the cops do have handcuffs on them. The only way to release them is bring the feds in and then have them take charge of that, which is what Trump's trying to do.
They got to deal with the governor. They got to deal with all the local
But there's a lot of
left-wing
news
lunatics.
that says that the cops in Portland are behind this. They support, they aid, and they abet Antifa.
Well, that's terrible.
There's a lot of reports about that.
And look at this. The police chief in Portland, his name is Bob Day, and he was appointed Portland Chief of Police for life by Ted Wheeler.
Life? You get a lifetime appointment for police
I
chief?
didn't even know you could do that.
What does a job like that pay?
Oh, you know what?
It pays forever. You don't need a pension, I
That's
guess.
right. Yeah, so I didn't even know that was a thing, but he was made chief of police for life. So here's what's going on, as I see it. Either the police are in on it or they're allowing it. They're allowing it or they're working with them.
Or both.
Yeah, it's one of
I think
those.
they're working with them. Like, why would you arrest that guy?
Yeah.
And keep in mind, so many people during the Summer of Love did not get arrested.
No.
And the few who did were let go by when Biden won the election.
And they wear masks.
And by the way, this week we also saw the story, and Paul, you pointed this out, of Katie Davis Court, who got two black guys arrested by the Portland Police Department.
Yeah, she took a beating. This tiny little petite reporter. She took a beat down.
Yeah.
And nothing. There's no one arrested for it. It's just
you know what? I think the federal government at this point, and it sucks to say it, but they need to fly in there and just take over that entire area.
That's what they're going to do.
And just lock it all down, arrest the police, arrest the mayor, and hold them up on federal charges of endangering the lives of everyone in that city. There's got to be something they can do,
like treason,
federally, right, for treason, because that could be that. Maybe they could deem that as a national security threat. You're letting an entire city get occupied Sure, oh, it's not the entire city, it's only this. Okay, well then, you know what? I should do? Because they're attacking the ICE facility, the government say, you know what, we're going to go into the nice neighborhood, we're going to take one of those buildings and turn that into the ICE facility. You watch the people in that neighborhood go, whoa, whoa, whoa. We don't want Antifa in our neighborhood. We kept them over there. That's what we're paying for.
How about a class action suit by the citizens who bought homes there whose property value plummeted based on this lawlessness?
Exactly. I mean, it sounds crazy, but
they tried to do that in L.A. They tried to move the homeless to Pacific Palisades and areas like that. The people went nuts, and that didn't happen. I mean, it's total hypocrisy.
So they burned it down.
So they burned it down. Yes.
Yeah, and Adam Carolla actually just released a video.
Yeah.
I think it was like 6 or 8 minutes long, going over all the work you're not seeing done that was promised to be done 9 months after the fires. So this is all coordinated, and it's on the left coast.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night at the America First Warehouse. We'll do some more sports with Slick. We'll get back to some news with Vin. We'll tell you about Joni Ernst's $2 trillion list of cuts she'd like to see Russ Vogt take over. We'll do it all when we get back right after this.
Scott Edwards, you're on it. Imagine how great this world would be if more people thought like the beautiful people in this chat, because they're totally agreeing with you there, Delgado.
About what?
About the things you said about Portland, about what needs to be done.
Yeah, I mean, just think about it. If they decided to open up an ICE facility in one of their Tony neighborhoods, watch the freak out happen, because they don't want those Antifa scumbags in their neighborhood.
Not in my backyard.
Not in my backyard.
Yep, you're right.
Because look what happened when Texas started shipping illegals to all the other cities.
Which was beautiful.
Right?
I'll tell you what, I had another story. I'll save it for Monday. But there are, like, groups of people who buy in huge swaths of land in very rich towns in Texas, and they're taking over the city councils, and they're changing the vote to communist agenda votes. It's a really interesting story from the Houston Chronicle. I should have, it was too long to do it here, but I'll share it with you. It's great.
All right, yeah.
Getting back in the chat here on Facebook. Who we got out here? Kathleen Hanley? Good to see you out there.
We got in the chat. The YouTube chat, Oliver's mom, YouTubers, Posner, Moon Pie.
How are those YouTubers doing, man?
They're doing great.
Yeah?
Nice numbers tonight, too.
Durham.
We got
Steve Bausner.
We got 286. Gotta get those likes up.
is up around 40% this year. That's not speculation, that's reality. And if a portion of your savings is diversified into gold, well, you could be missing the boat. Here are the facts. Inflation is still too high, the U.S. dollar is still too weak, and the government's debt is insurmountable. This is why central banks are flocking to gold. They're the ones driving prices up to record highs. But it's not too late to buy gold from Birch Gold Group and get in the door now. Birch Gold will help you convert an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. You don't pay a dime out of pocket. Just text America to 989898 and claim your free information kit. There's no obligation, just useful information. The best indicator of the future, of course, is the past, and gold has historically been a safe haven for a millennia. What else can say that? Well, not much. Text America to 989898 right now to claim your free information kit on gold. That's America to 989898. Protect your future today with our friends from Birch Gold. Well, do you owe back taxes? Well, are your tax returns still unfiled? Did you forget to file for an extension? Well, you know the October 15th deadline is fast approaching and time is running out. If you haven't gathered all your documents or made any estimated payments, you could soon be targeted by the IRS. They can garnish your wages, freeze your bank accounts, or even seize your property. But there's help available. Tax Network USA is that help. They're a nationwide tax firm. They've helped taxpayers save over $1 billion in tax debt. They filed hundreds of thousands of tax returns and assisted thousands in reducing their tax burdens. And of course, they can help you too. Don't wait. Visit tnusa.com/RAV, tnusa.com/RAV, or call 1-800-905-8000, 1-800-905-8000 for a 100% free consultation. In one short call, the experts at Tax Network USA will guide you through some of the simple questions to determine how much they can save you. Take action now before it's too late. Visit tnusa.com/RAV, tnusa.com/RAV, or call 1-800-905-8000, 1-800-905-8000. All right, 19 past the hour, live from Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse. Kevin Downey Jr. has got another Patriot here with him, one who took quite the trip to be here. KDJ, who you got?
Thanks, Big D. We've got Patriot Tom, who drove here from Louisiana.
Whoa. Wow.
Tom, thank you so much for coming in.
That's awesome.
Friend. And I happen to know it's Tom's birthday. He's joining us here tonight.
Happy birthday.
Patriot Jennifer told us. Now, Tom, why don't you tell people how you and I sort of met on the interwebs?
Well, I heard you talking about the history of gangsters.
Oh, wait, you mean on my radio show that everyone can listen to worldwide at linewsradio.com?
I even knew you had a show. And I was listening, and I heard you talk about gangsters. And I thought, well, maybe I should contact him and tell him about my father. Now, my father was not a gangster, but he was a surgeon. And he fought in World War II at Saipan and Tarawa. And yes, thank you for that. Those are very bloody battles. And so when he was 13, he worked in a gas station in a small town in Wisconsin called Neilsville. He knew all of his customers. So one day, this big black car pulled in, and it was filled with dudes, and he didn't know any of them. And this is very unusual because in a small town, he knew all of his customers. Well, he filled their tank, and they paid, and they left. They were nice enough to him, and no complaints, no problems. 2 days later, the feds came through, and they interviewed the gas station owner. And they called my dad in, and he said, did you see anything unusual? And he said, yes, this car came in, and he told the whole story. And they said, well, that was John Dillinger and his gang. And so he filled their tank up, and we always asked him to tell us that story. And whenever we had friends over at the house, Dad, tell them about Dillinger, So it was kind of a thing in our family. It was really cool. It's a great story.
All right. Let's hear it and for his dad. Tom, you drove a long way. What do you think of the America First Warehouse? Is this MAGA heaven or what?
It's MAGA heaven, and it's extraordinary, and it's overwhelming.
It's wonderful. Tom, thank you for making the trip. Happy birthday, my patriotic friend. Back to you, Big D.
All right, KDJ, very good. Thank you very much to Tom for driving up. We really appreciate that. The audience is just it's the thing. I mean, between the gifts we get and people traveling to be here, it's just unbelievable. So let's do some sports. Sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Slick's got it. What's going on, Slickster?
All right, Big D. Let's get some scores here. NCAA football. We got 2 games. Division I tonight. We have right now South Florida beating up on Charlotte 33-7 at the half, and West Virginia taking on number 23 BYU. That's coming up at 10:30 tonight. And here's a girl I just love, and a lot of you know this name when I say it, and I'm really glad to make this announcement for her. She's been a real champion of keeping men out of women's sports. Riley Gaines gives birth to daughter Margot. God has blessed us. Jackson Thompson of Fox News reporting. Riley Gaines announced the birth of her first child, a daughter named Margot, Thursday night. Gaines announced the birth in a post on social media showing her holding the baby alongside her husband, Lewis Barker. There's nothing that could have prepared me for a love like this. God has blessed us beyond belief. Welcome to the world, sweet Margot, Gaines wrote in the caption. During her pregnancy, Gaines swam 1.25 miles to the infamous Alcatraz prison alongside U.S. Navy SEALs, combat veterans, and her husband in July 31st. She was 31 weeks pregnant at the time. That's a pretty great feat there. And Gaines announced her pregnancy in June during a Turning Point USA event in Texas. The announcement came while she was addressing comments from Olympic gymnast Simone Biles, who suggested Gaines was the size of a male during a social media spat over the issue of trans athletes in women's sports. So she said, "How many men do you know that have this?" Gaines said on stage as she showed her bump and showed her sonograms on stage as well. The next generation that our little girl is going to be a part of, that is who you are all fighting for and whose Turning Point is fighting for as well. And so from a father-to-be, thank you, keep fighting, and thank you. So that was a great story. I love that. Riley Gaines, congratulations on the birth of your daughter. And there you go. Keep those men out of women's sports so her daughter doesn't have to deal with it. Hey. That's a wrap in sports.
Amen. Very good.
Amen.
All right, sports is brought to you by Mike Lindell. LFS6B is the promo code to use. Hey, Vin.
Yes.
Let's go over. I want to talk about the
presidential library.
What presidential library?
You didn't hear about that?
No.
Well, Ronald Reagan's presidential library.
Trump's is going to be in Florida.
Yeah, well, Trump's is going to be in Miami. They just have made a big announcement, and these presidential libraries are, they're a big deal. They say everything about the presidency.
Yeah.
Reagan had Air Force One in there.
Yep. The Reagan Library is still an amazing place to go.
Majestic. Wow. And I think the thing that it really gets me is they really do represent sort of the nature of the president and their magnitude
the
and
intellectual gravity of them.
The whole gravity of the situation. And I found, Biden's out of office now, so they're working on his presidential library, and I wanted to show a picture of it because it's up now. Everybody can check that out. The first shelf has books just with pictures, and the second shelf, they actually have words. But, I mean, you're talking about majestic.
It's the bottom, the pop-up section.
Oh, my God. That's a beauty.
I just
might be a little too big for his gravitational.
Come on, man.
There's too many volumes there. Yeah,
exactly.
Let's be honest. Biden only read the Cliff Notes. He never read a whole book. No way.
Well, that wasn't what I wanted to talk to you about, Vin, but I'm glad you brought that up. I wanted to talk to you about Rand Paul and the very serious topics he talked about this week in this surveillance program that has now, I guess, been killed by the DHS. But tell me about it.
Well, you're familiar with the Quiet Skies program? That's really with the TSA, where they work with air marshals and they track people who they think are dangerous to our country. That's what it's supposed to be. You're supposed to be. You've been surveilled for quite many years, I believe. Yes.
I got the SS on our. We both on our little boarding passes.
Oh my goodness, do you?
Oh yeah, we got all but probed. To be
I know you like that.
Oh, you
part.
got gypped.
So it was a good time, is what you're saying.
Kevin's like, there's a strip search. I'm in.
It's Dunkin' Donuts, Kevin.
All right, Vin, let's take the break, then we'll get to that story in a second.
There's my Power Ranger.
I like. Who's my furry? All right, live from Studio 6B. We're back right after this.
How do you bring a Power Ranger?
Chat, live in the chat. Odds makers.
Coming up.
Kev, no interview here.
Next one?
Yeah.
Yeah, we got the odds makers.
Who's the guest, Aaron? Let me get a name.
Oh, man, that was funny. That was one of those moments.
Yep. You never know where the Power Rangers are going to land.
He really dropped that one on us.
Oh, my God.
Oh, man.
As much as that Biden public his library is a joke, it's kind of fitting. It's fitting for the way this guy led.
Oh, that was funny.
Hey, Scott Edwards, how are you doing, man? Good to see you out there. Oh, yeah. Michelle, I know. I thought it was a hilarious joke, man. Corinne Burrell loves your Power Ranger comment there, KDJ. Good reference. How are you, Joe? Good to see you out there. Joe Basile, did I say it right? I think so. Larry Bowman.
Rumble, KT Frog 2760, Drake 99, Squeaky Spacebar, Yay Riley. That's for you, Slick. Yay
Nice.
Riley Gaines.
Love her.
Dunlap at
amazing.
McGroin says his sister's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday,
Dunlap at
McGroin
McGroin
sister.
Hello.
That name just cracks me up.
The hoser.
Oh, that was funny.
All right, so you have to get that like button going, guys. We're only at 323 in the YouTuber.
Skeet
Let's crank that up. You haven't hit it?
Sergeant Arby.
Sergeant Arby. Staff Sergeant Arby. My man. Julie Tate.
And the Rumblers.
Trina B6 is in the YouTubes.
Sergeant Arby, he's great.
All right, Vin, we'll
Loopy
get back to that
Rogers.
if we can after this.
I'll do it quick, okay?
Child of the King, Big D. She's in the chat as well.
Oh, we got a
After this.
$5 Rumble rant from Rat.
All right, live from Studio 6B on a Friday night, live at the America First Warehouse. We've got a room full of Patriots here. Real America's voice all across the country. 103.9 LI News Radio, Suffolk County, Long Island. Glad you're in, everybody. All the boys are here. Lots to cover still. We've covered a lot of stuff, still a lot to cover in the news. But right now, it is time for our weekly segment where we're going to look at all the football games. Slick Rick, Aaron, and of course, a great member of the Live from Studio 6B audience coming up right now as we do the odds makers. All right, here we go. Odds makers, week 6 in college football, week 5 in the NFL. Let's welcome from the Live from Studio 6B audience, as we love to get him involved. David from Rochester joins us. David, how are you?
Good, and yourself?
Very, very good. Thanks for joining us. We appreciate you being a part of the odds makers, and I hope, at least for me, that you kick both Slick and Aaron's butt this week. So we'll see how it goes, though. 4 games each. We'll start with you, Slick. Let's go college football first. Your first game, Miami and FSU, 7:30 on Saturday night. Probably the marquee game of the weekend in college football. What do you got here in game 1, Slick?
First out, shout out to David. I love that look he's got on that wall, Big D, with that Buffalo. That's looking good. That's
Got himself a Bruce
like a pro, man. It's like a locker room there. Good stuff. All right, here we go. Number 3, Miami. Yeah, Big D. They're laying 4.5 on the road to Florida State. First time this season on the road. FSU has the number 1 scoring offense in the nation. 53 points per game, 600 yards per game. But guess what? Miami's defense leads the ACC, only allowing 11.5 points a game and 244 yards. I think something's got to give. I like Miami. Hurricanes look good. They're number 3 in the country right now, and they're looking to move up. Give me Miami laying the 4.5, Big D.
All right. right, game one for Slick is Miami -4.5. Aaron, let's go to your first game. Also in college football, also the Miami FSU game. Where are you going here?
I'm going to go with Slick on this one. I am going to take Miami. They're coming off a bye this week, and Florida State's coming off a disappointing loss to Virginia. And yes, they're at home, and yes, they've beaten Alabama. We know that. But Miami has a super strong defense. Carson Beck has been excellent under center with an offensive line that's arguably one of the best in the nation right now. So I'm going to take Miami all the way on this one.
All right, Aaron's also got Miami. Now, David, let me just give you a little piece of advice here as the host of the show. If you're thinking about the Miami FSU game in college, and I don't know if you are, well, I think you know what to do, given that Aaron and both Slick took one side together.
Oh, my goodness.
What's your game number one? Just kidding.
That's enough.
What's your game number one, David?
I'm going to stay away from college because that's completely unpredictable. I don't care what anybody says, but
I like that.
in general. Minnesota and Cleveland. I'm going to take Minnesota giving up 3.5 with Wentz, Jefferson, Hawkinson, and Addison. It's just going to be a blowout, I think. I mean, with they had Dylan Gabriel's first start as NFL quarterback. I just think Minnesota's going to go wipe the field with them.
All right, Minnesota -3.5 over Cleveland. That's the, I believe, what are they in England? That's the 9:30 a.m. game if you're watching here in the States. So that's Minnesota, the Vikings over the Browns for David. All right, Slick, let's go game number 2. Jump to the NFL. What do you got here?
Yes, indeed. 1 p.m. Baltimore Ravens, Houston Texans. I think that's one of the best games of the week. Certainly isn't going to be the Jets and the Dallas, that's for sure. And my fantasy quarterback, Lamar Jackson, he's out, officially ruled out. They've given up 133 points in 4 games, very uncharacteristic for the Baltimore Ravens. A banged up defense. So what's going to go right? I'll tell you what's going to go right. Derrick Henry, who has had 1,578 yards against Houston, the most yards he's had against any NFL team he's faced. I think he's going to have a fantastic game, and I really like Baltimore winning this. I can't see them going 1-4. They take Houston, so I'm going to get the 1.5 at home, plus 1.5. Give me the home, 1-3. Ravens.
Right. Both teams are 1-3, and Lamar's out. I'm not sure how that's the game of the week, but Baltimore plus 1.5 over Houston.
It's going to be a good game.
Aaron, what's game number 2 for you?
Game number 2 for me is the Vikings-Browns game over across the pond in London. I'm going to take the Vikings -3.5 over the Browns. Dylan Gabriel's making his NFL first start this week across the pond, but I think he's going to be in for a world of hurt against a top 10 defensive unit like the Vikings have. And the Vikings have the advantage here on the body clock. They've been overseas since they played the Steelers last week. Didn't go home, and now the Browns have to travel after the tough loss to the Lions. So I think they're going to be a little sluggish. So I'm going to go with the Vikings here.
All right, you and David together on that game. David, what's game 2 for you?
I'm going to take Seattle over Tampa, just because Tampa, they have no receivers whatsoever. Their receiving corps is completely wiped out, and they're going up against JSN, Kenneth Walker, and Darnold. So I only think that'll be a close one.
All right, Seattle -3.5 at home over Tampa Bay for David in game 2. Game 3, Slick, where are you going?
Well, this definitely will be the game of the week, and it's 1 p.m. as well. Denver Broncos at the Philadelphia Eagles. I think that's a great game. Philly is 20-1 in the last 21, 10 straight wins, defending Super Bowl champions, running away with the NFC East. So you know what? Give me Bo Nix in Denver. I like it. Sean Payton and I think J.K. Dobbins gets going, and they got a tough D. Boy, they keep people out of the end zone, Denver. I think the Eagles are due for a loss, and I actually think Denver's going to win outright. But they're getting 4.5 on the road, so I'm going to take the Broncos plus 4.5 points. Roll it.
All right, Denver plus 4.5 for Slick in game 3. Aaron, where are you going game 3?
I'm going to Philly for this game, and I'm going right against Slick. I'm going with the Eagles here over the Broncos. I think the Eagles are going to continue to roll. Denver so far is winless on the road. Bo Nix has been picked off 4 times, and now he's going against an Eagles defense that already has 5 takeaways so far this season. I don't know how well the Broncos are going to play against that squad, so I'm going to take the Eagles to fly at home.
All right, Aaron's got the Eagles -4.5.
She likes the jersey color.
David, where are you going for game 3?
Maybe.
Green.
I'm going to take Detroit against Cincinnati.
That's a good pick.
Cincinnati's just a mess. I mean, they have no running game. They're missing Burrow, and Detroit's just got one of the best offenses in the league. So, I mean, I hate to go with a higher points give up, but 9.5, I'll take that.
All right, Detroit minus 9.5, 3-1. Kevin Downey Jr. will be happy about that pick. You taking his Lions. Detroit over Cincinnati. All right, final game. Slick, where are you going?
Yeah, 425. I'm going with Detroit as well. I think this is easy pickings. Jared Goff, he's motoring in the Motor City, right? It's unbelievable. And it's a trap game for Cincinnati for sure. So Detroit, I think Dan Campbell will have them ready. They're going to come out firing on all 8 cylinders as they would from Detroit in the Motor City. And I really like laying chalk here. I like it. I think it's going to be 41-7. That's my prediction.
All right, very good. I'll take Cincy for 10K. Aaron, where are you going for game number 4?
He's done that before and lost.
Game number 4, I'm going to Indiana. I'm going to take the Colts over the Raiders minus 6.5 at home. I think Indiana Jones is going to rise from the ashes once again after his loss last week against the Rams. But they played really well last week. Danny Dimes is no doubt playing the best football he's ever played. He looks really comfortable, and the Colts are pretty well balanced as far as making plays in the air and on the ground. And Geno Smith, he's terrible. Sorry, I can't pick him any day of the week. So I'm going to go with the Colts here.
Man, Aaron's laying more chalk than a Sunday school teacher.
That's all.
He just laid 9.5.
That's all. All he had to do was get out of New York, and he's playing the best football of his life. So
you know it.
David, game 4, where are you going?
I'm going to take my Bills. Giving up 7.5. I'm kind of nervous about it, I'll be honest with you. Bills' defense is worse on third downs than lead. The Patriots got the #1 offense on third down in the league, but I just think Buffalo, everyone eats there, and I just think so much firepower at the end of the game.
All right, Buffalo minus 7.5 at home over New England is game number 4. There you go, your Week 5 NFL, Week 6 odds makers.
Nice.
All right, very good. Best of luck to all 3 of you. We'll track the games. I want to thank David from Rochester for joining us for the odds makers. We'll post his games, Slick's games, and Aaron's games on all of our social media, which you can follow at LFS6B, at LFS6B, pretty much everywhere, and see how Week 5 in the NFL turns out. I think Aaron's in the lead right now, but we'll see where we are come Monday.
Yes, indeed.
All right, very good. Live from Studio 6B. So, Vin, we were talking about Rand Paul, and you were laying out exactly what happened to him here.
Yeah. So the Quiet Skies program was for the reasons I was stating before. It's to protect us, and it's a good thing because those air marshals do a solid job. We need them protecting us. They used it though on Tulsi Gabbard, as we know, and she had to go through all kinds of craziness and the strip search that Kevin's had to endure for many, many years. But 3 other Republican senators have been targeted, and Rand Paul and his committee have uncovered this. And it just continues to defy not only logic, but the hypocrisy of what the Biden administration really was up to. I mean, the banning of conservative talk through social media platforms, the banning of conservative businesses in general, the lack of advertising, we talked about that. Now they're using these other areas, the Homeland Security and others, to surveil their opposition for whatever reasons, just to harass them, to do some other damage. These people were so deep in this level of harassment. Trump comes in and is doing, solving all of these things, and all you hear from the left in the narrative is how he's using the government to take down his enemies. And you're like, this is exactly what they've been doing. Well, they've been caught red-handed now. Rand Paul has pulled together all this evidence, and they're investigating it, and hopefully real things happen here again, because they're uncovering very, very serious breaches of trust, breaches of our government. There's Rand now.
Yeah.
They use the IRS to attack conservatives. They debank conservatives. I mean, these lefties have
Chase Bank, right?
No right whatsoever to complain. They don't care about it. Now they care about Trump's iron fist, and just because they're exposing the criminals. It's not the same game. These people are out of their marbles, and I'm glad that Rand Paul is showing some gumption here.
We need more people to take all of these things to task. We need Pam Bondi to get serious about this stuff and start taking these people. She's busy as hell. I mean, because there's so much corruption that they're walking into to try and fix. I mean, I couldn't imagine walking into her office and saying, "Hey, how about this one?" She's like,
she's got to be like, "I'm busy."
George Soros, we've got this one here, but you know what? They got to do it.
And these Pinko Stinkos have gotten away with so much for so long.
Yeah.
Did you see the Antifa prag who got arrested? He's just throwing middle fingers, and then he's in the police station. He's actually shaking.
Yeah, he's throwing red paint all over the place, that goofball.
He's going to have more than a Power Ranger once he gets to
The
jail.
thing that really got me,
have a power top.
The thing that got me really annoyed with
Wonder Woman.
this Antifa thing is, Antifa's out there. They all have masks. When our ICE agents are out there actually helping people, saving lives, arresting criminals, and they're trying to, publish their home addresses so they're wearing masks. And all you hear from the left is they're wearing masks, demask. What is it? Gavin Newsom made that a big platform for himself.
Yeah.
Yet they say nothing about Antifa wearing masks. Why are they wearing masks? Because they don't want anybody to know who they are or where they live.
Yep.
You can sit here and talk about this stuff all day because your head will spin with the level of conspiracy. But that particular issue, it's right in your face of just the level of corruption and hate they have for all of our good people in this country, especially ICE agents and police.
All right, one more to go, live from the America First Warehouse on a Friday night. We'll try to get there, all the boys, one more time if we can before we wrap it up on a Friday night. Real America's Voice, live from Studio 6B. We're back right after this.
We've discontinued the distribution of Power Ranger toys across the country, just letting everybody know. Public service announcement.
I just want to plug my.
Let me give credit to Christine Ricci, by the way, Rucci, sorry. She's the one who posted that picture of the Biden library that I used earlier. So, Christine, thank you for that. It was funny and appropriate. And I'm giving you credit for that.
Who's that?
Christine Rucci.
Funny, Fox Sports right now is still showing that Yankee clip of McMahon jumping over. Is that amazing?
They showed the Derek Jeter catch and the McMahon on side by sides.
I think his was better last night.
Christine said no. No. Christine thought you were great.
She sold him at Telstock, though.
Yeah. She thought you were great. And she's now throwing out all of her son's Power Ranger collection.
Yes. Gee, I know.
Gee, I know.
One last one. Yeah, no, I know. Okay.
How was that, Christine?
No. Actually, did they have any documents?
Yes. I guess I was like, uh-oh.
Mr. Nolan.
I'm glad you picked that up.
That is correct. Behind me is a painting of Ashley Babbitt, the only person killed on the J6er thing.
Yeah.
With your foot up.
Yep. Take my
Who?
shoe off. Yes.
Yeah.
Who?
Roseanne Boylan.
Yep.
Roseanne Boylan and
Beaten to death with not a club.
Billy Club.
A couple of things, yeah.
oh my God. Moni's asking about the painting behind me. That is Ashley Babbitt. She was one of two people killed. This is going to get unraveled January 6th. They're going to get to the bottom of this.
And that's a big deal, guys.
And,
Look, that should unravel, and we should see Pelosi get exposed for the fraud that he is.
Pelosi, the FBI leadership in place at that time, etc.
Aaron, we opening on Kevin here? Okay.
Now she's happy. Always screaming.
Aaron, everyone wants to hear your creepy laugh that terrifies people. There it is.
Just in time for Halloween.
Yeah, but there's a sinister element to it.
Somebody in the family had that?
Somebody's in trouble.
That's the laugh you hear when you go hitchhiking.
Right.
Picks you up and you pass out because you took a sip of their Diet Coke. You wake up in the basement chained to the wall. Here, let me go, Ryder.
Just as you start trying to crawl away.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to live from Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse, the most patriotic venue in the galaxy. Am I right, ladies and gentlemen? Oh, yeah. Folks, we've got Patriot Jerry with us tonight. Jerry, what is on your mind?
A couple of things. One is that we have the shutdown, and what I'm concerned about is that we have a lot of full-time Coast Guard people all over Long Island, and if it goes on for a long time, I'm going to be reaching out to all the patriots on Long Island, and we're going to be helping to raise food through the food banks as well as some of the veterans organizations, and we're going to need your help because that's a very important thing in case the shutdown goes on for a long time. The other thing I want to talk about was tariffs. A lot of people complaining about tariffs, blaming tariffs for inflation. Very simple. Buy American. If you're a true economic patriot, you buy American. Don't worry about the foreign stuff. Make sure you buy American. And if you're ever stuck, make sure you don't buy made in China.
There you go. You know what else? Yeah, we can clap for that.
What about Power Rangers? Where would you buy those? Yeah?
I've got a couple Power Rangers. We'll discuss that later.
A lot of old jokes.
You know what else, Jerry? I got a text message from Patriot Mike at my radio show. He and the groundskeepers out at the Veterans Cemetery in Calverton, they're not going to get paid either. So I started this thing on Twitter where I wrote the president and a bunch of other people saying, Mr. President, can you please get these people paid? We have to have our cemeteries looking respectful for the veterans, do we not?
We do, and I'm on it. As a former president of the Long Island Cemetery, the Calverton Cemetery Committee, I'm on that. Kevin, whatever help you need, I'm there for you, and we're there for the guys who work there. I know a lot of them.
All right, thank you, Patriot Jerry. Back to you, Big D.
All right, very good. Kevin Downey Jr. with a couple of really important points there with Jerry. So live from Studio 6B at the America First Warehouse. One more to go here before we wrap it up. Let's try to get to everybody. Rick Delgado, I'll come to you. Anything else we haven't hit on your news headlines?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, speaking of, Jerry mentioned it. He's talking about the shutdown that's gripped the U.S. government. It's going into the weekend, and we all know what's been going on since just before it started. It's the meme battle that's consuming the government and shutting down during the shutdown, and it seems like the president and the GOP, the right, we're the only ones that know how to meme, right? When it comes to meming, Gavin Newsom gives it a try. He's not very good at it. The meme war is only intensified with the government shutdown. The White House posting the AI-altered video this week featuring the Democratic leaders in sombreros, of which Slick and Vin have decided they're going to put theirs on for this one.
Thank you.
Yes, I am.
And of course, you know, again, it speaks to who's winning this messaging war, because every time we've seen a shutdown or a threat of a shutdown, it's always Republicans taking it on the chin, which means they end up caving first. This time, it's not happening that way. And I think we're seeing the controlling of the messaging coming out. And you know, you look at Speaker Jeffries, Hakeem Jeffries taking the brunt of it. The sombrero gets bigger and bigger every single day.
I know.
Thanks to the president. And the guy's not even a Puerto Rican. I don't even understand the sombrero part, but it's funny.
That's what makes it great.
Yeah.
That's what makes it great.
Exactly. So Democratic leaders are freaking out over the AI videos. They're decrying them as racist, blah, blah, blah. Nobody cares.
Who would wear a sombrero, though? I mean, really, who would wear a sombrero?
Did you see that
Seriously.
Gavin Newsom put out a video of Vance, an AI video? And Gavin Newsom's the guy who tried to make it illegal in the state of California. Now he's using it because, you know, you can't beat him. He's going to join him.
He has to, yeah,
he's got
exactly.
no choice. Funny.
So there you have it, Dame.
All right, very good. 9 minutes till the hour. Let's get to a couple more stories. Kevin Downey Jr., I thought you had an important one, that Kash Patel is not playing around with the woke nonsense over at the FBI. Tell me about this.
My God, you know, I voted for Trump. He's doing things I never even thought of. And this is amazing. So FBI Director Kash Patel, I shall read it in my broadcaster's voice, has fired a longtime Bureau employee who displayed a pride flag in his workspace during a past assignment. Well, guess what? You can't do that. You can't go all political and whatnot. So, it says in a previous non-agent role, the FBI employee who has received multiple awards for service displayed this pride flag in his desk, and then he took on a training role, and Kash said, nope, we're not doing that anymore, and you're out. I'm firing you. You knew the rules. You went there anyway. This, like you said, this woke thing is gone. They just fired 20 agents for taking a knee at a George Fentanyl Floyd rally in 2020.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it, though. That's the way to go.
The point of all of this is I think people sometimes are looking, through the trees to try to find the forest, and they're missing the win after win after win because they're looking for the big stuff. Yeah. Don't miss the wins that we're getting. Things like this. There's a lot of wins at the DOJ, FBI, but people are so focused on like the big, the world needs to explode that I feel like sometimes we're missing. They're getting a lot of wins. Let's take them.
Absolutely. And speaking of wins, do you remember Pam Bondi came out and said, we're coming after you? You might have been a former FBI chief. You might have been the former leader of the intel community. You might be a current elected official in a certain state. She's not giving names, but she's putting people on notice. And you're right, Dee. We're getting wins every week, 2, 3, 4 every week. And this is how you de-woke everything. There's nothing more dangerous than a woke military and a woke FBI, because those people are the ones who won't think twice about aiming their guns at we MAGA heads, because they've been taught to hate us. And I agree with you, Big D.
Well, look at, by the way, the judge. Speaking of that, look at the judge who led off not led off, but basically led off the guy who tried to kill Justice Kavanaugh.
Brett Kavanaugh.
8 years.
8 years.
Unbelievable.
I mean, is that not almost in a sick way, almost an encouragement to do this kind of behavior?
Yeah,
absolutely.
He's a young kid. He'd be out before he's in his before he's 30.
Yeah, especially when the prison sentence should have been 3 decades, should have been 30 years.
Yeah,
because of the seriousness of the crime. But again, you've got bleeding heart. Judges who are basically activists and friends of the gay community, so we're going to have to look at it that way. Plus, the guy also decided, well, now he's a woman, so now you have to charge him as a guy who's a woman. Yeah. So you get this whole convoluted mess.
The judge buys it 100% hook, line, and sinker.
Because that's what she's into.
Where are we going to send her? And I'm glad her family's closer to their daughter, the judge is saying in the ruling. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane.
Now, Mr. Delgado, let me ask you, if I swung a hammer at Paul Pelosi when he was in his underpants, how long will they send me away for?
Let's see. That could be life.
That would be life, exactly.
Exactly.
But this guy, it's sick.
Yeah, crazy. And the judge. We're going to talk more about this on Monday in the first word. But the judges, when you talk about America being shut down, it's in a lot more ways than what's in your face, the shutdown that they're pointing to. That's the sideshow. The real shutdowns are the other things we'll talk about on Monday's first word. Paul Nolan, what else you got?
Well, I don't have a radio show, but you can follow me on X. I'm pretty active over there. It's Paul_Eggs Nolan on X, and I usually try to follow back. But I don't know if you guys saw, speaking of the shutdown, to me, Chuck Schumer was pretty funny when he said, that on the Senate floor, that the New York Times poll was biased, for the Republican Party. When it said, it was hysterical. Sure. The whole House floor just started cracking up. It was like when he said, you could see his face when he's like, all right, I don't even believe my lie on this one. It's fantastic. You can see it on my page. I don't know if you got it, Dave, but it's great. So it's just nice to catch these guys, in the act of lying, and when they catch themselves, it's even better.
Speaking of lying, let's sort of wrap up on this, Vin. I know this is one of the things you were looking at. Trump is looking to go back on to lie in 60 Minutes. Is that what I hear?
This is why I love the guy. This is why he is just so perfect for this job. He wins a lawsuit, they manipulate information, and he goes back on, which he's going to go back on, and it's going to be unedited.
Is it going to be Leslie Stahl again?
Oh, Leslie's going to be stalling left and right. I can tell you that.
Oh, man. As always, we salute our military, active and active police, firefighters, first responders, EMTs, everybody on the front lines protecting us. Thanks everybody on the show. Aaron, Fran, great job as always. I want to thank David from Rochester for joining us on the Odds Makers, and I want to most of all thank all the Patriots here at the America First Warehouse. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you back Monday night, back in the studio, live from Studio 6B.
The link below to get your free info kit from the Birch Gold Group.
This right here is confidence in a bottle.
Not only does it change you on the outside, but something in the inside, knowing that you're looking better.
It makes me feel so much more confident than I've ever felt in my life.
They are some of the hottest videos on social media. Those videos claiming to instantly get rid of bags under your eyes. Well, today we're going to see one for ourselves and let you be the judge. It's called Plexiderm, and lifestyle expert Annette Figueroa is here to tell us why she says this one is for real.
This one is for real, and I'm so excited. We even have a video, and you'll notice the model has bags underneath his eyes and some sagging, and all he uses is a small amount on a clean, dry face, and that's how easy it is.
All right, what's the active ingredient?
Okay, so it's silicates that are minerals found in shale rock, and what it does is it tightens and lifts the appearance of bags underneath your eyes in as little as 10 minutes, no prescriptions, and very little effort. Even watching the video, this is a real it's a model, but it's a real guy with real bags underneath his eyes.
My real true opinion is holy words I can't say on camera. This is absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I could feel it just lifting my skin. It was amazing. It feels good. It feels great. Looks even better.
And I did this to my father.